This is what we're going to use to make the turmeric immunity shot. We have turmeric, we have ginger, we have carrots, lemon, and beetroots. And the important component, fenugreek, in replacement of black pepper. Some people use black pepper to help with the absorption of the turmeric component, curcumin. But now, for us, we're going to use fenugreek. For us who have slight gut issues here and there. When it comes to the turmeric, it's not about how much of it you're taking it. It's about, is it actually doing what it's supposed to do? Because this is one of the most healing spices. So as much as you're taking in a lot of it, how are you making sure that it's reaching the cell? The cell is where you need it to get to. So when you take plain turmeric, most of it stays in the gut. Some of it gets absorbed in the blood and further gets absorbed into the cells. So before all these things happen, remember the curcumin, the component that we need from this turmeric, is fat soluble. That means that the body identifies it as a foreign body, like as a xenobiotic, exactly, a foreign body. So it will try to excrete it. So when the body identifies the xenobiotic, it wants to excrete it. But that is not what we want. That is why it is really good to take it to the fenugreek or the black pepper. Mostly advisable the fenugreek because it is more gut friendly and it takes more of this component into the cell because it is now coated with that water complex. It's actually fun cutting up the turmeric, though it is really colorful. My fingernails are already yellow. I think this is the thing that makes it really healing, because I was reading about the colors, and these colors of the fruits, the colors of the flowers, like the hibiscus. One of the reasons they are really healing, they have this really healing factors, is because of their color. These colors are antioxidants in a cellular level. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. So I'll be doing this with the cover, with the top cover, and then I will sieve. So I know we are making a mixture of the carrots and the beetroots, but the main thing is the turmeric and the fenugreek. So those will be the highest amount of components in this drink. So I'm just going to cut all the turmeric that I got. When it comes to turmeric, it's not only anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. Those are the main things we usually start with when we are naming spices and these herbs. It also helps in a cellular level. That is why we are talking about making sure that it's reaching the cell. It is very good for the mitochondria. Remember, your mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So when you're boosting this mitochondria, then what are you doing? You're boosting itself generally. Aside from that, it is good for reducing the bad gut bacteria and boosting the good beneficial bacteria. Remember, it also has that fiber that feeds your good bacteria. So when that bigger percentage of it remains in the gut, it is also beneficial in the gut in that manner, boosting your good bacteria and reducing the bad bacteria. When it gets to the blood, it has an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, so it helps in that way, reducing the amount of oxidation stress in your blood. But when it gets to the cell, that is where the real deal is. Aside from that, it increases the glutathione. The glutathione is now the most important antioxidant in the intracellular level. In the cellular level, that is one of the most important antioxidants, so it boosts that one. That is why we are saying that this is really good for the cell. Remember, in the cellular level, there is also oxidative stress. Remember, oxidative stress is what is causing disease and making people age really fast. So when you're taking this, you know that you're doing good for yourself. Here we have the ginger, really good for nausea and morning sickness. It is also good for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. So that is what we're taking it for. It will help us reduce the inflammation, and also generally it's usually used for reducing bloating and indigestion. So this is a really good addition to our immunity boost. It's also a really good option for pain relief. So next time when you have that headache, go for ginger water and see how that goes. Second layer, ginger. Next is the carrots. The richness in vitamin A comes from the beta carotene, which can be converted into vitamin A. We know vitamin A is really good for eye health. I'm going to do a sizable amount of this one because it should enhance the taste in this. I have no idea how it's gonna taste. So something like the carrots and the beetroot should help with the taste. It also has potassium, and remember we said potassium is good for muscle and also heart health, because you know when it comes to the heart we think muscle because there is constant movement and contractions. So when it comes to potassium, it helps with the contractions and muscle health. So think potassium, think heart health. Next layer is carrots. It also has vitamin K1, which is actually good for blood clotting because it activates the production of the protein prothrombin, which is really essential for the clotting process. We're done with our third layer. The next thing I'm actually so excited about because I have not handled beetroot before. I only receive it when I was ordering juice. Nowadays I don't drink as much juice. So imagine something that has both iron and folate, both known for blood production. That means this is really important to boost your blood levels. Aside from that, it also has something like the potassium. We've already talked about potassium and heart health and muscle health. It is also one of the things that is known to have a high dietary nitrate. Dietary nitrate means that your body has a raw material to convert into nitric oxide, which is used for blood vessel dilation. That means it's good for people with hypertension, good for people with things like erectile dysfunction, because it is generally increasing your blood vessel health, and that is what we need. Beetroots taste a lot like carrots. Even the texture is the same. Done with our fourth layer. Our fourth layer is beetroot. It's also one of the things that helps in bile production. You know, bile is for the digestion of fats, so it's basically helpful in digestion. Remember, when you're having indigestion, you can literally have indigested fats. That is when the poop can hang up on the water instead of going down. That is a problem. So when you're taking something like this, at least you're boosting your bile production, meaning you're boosting your digestion of these fats. Last but not least, huyu mgeni kwa kila mahali, the lemon comes with majorly vitamin C. Vitamin C boosts immunity. That is why I always add this to all my drinks, whether it is tea, whether it is herbal, whatever, whether it is even a drink, kombucha drink, I can add lemon there. So I try to consume this as much as I can. The reason why it is associated with skin health is because vitamin C helps in the synthesis of collagen. Remember, collagen is what keeps our structure together. The difference between you and a person who has saggy skin is because you have firm collagen. So when you're boosting your collagen, when you're boosting foods that are boosting your collagen, then you're boosting your general structure. And that is what we need. Even the chicken agrees. Okay, so even this one we're going to do with the skin. And remember, the skin also has vitamin C. So if you're a person who's trying to avoid the little fructose in the juice, then you can go for the skin. The skin is also really nutritious. I think I'll have to kuweka seeds here because I don't know how I'll be able to remove the seeds without so much struggle. But uzuri I'm sieving. Plus, we need as much nutrients as we can get from this, and I am sure the seeds have something. We have our last layer, which is the lemons. I hope this blender is strong enough. This is a lot. Got all those layers. When we're talking about bioavailability, it's more like when we talk about folic acid tablets, when they're given to you as an anemic person, it might not work really well because of the fact that some people have a weak conversion system into methylfolate. Methylfolate is the bioavailable folic type of folate for you. So when you're taking the folic acid peke yake, you could not be getting the maximum benefits. That is why it is mostly advisable to take it from the food sources, because the food sources have the bioavailable methylfolate that you need for your blood production. So that's the same thing with fenugreek and turmeric, curcumin. So in short, it's like this fenugreek makes the curcumin in turmeric bioavailable for you. So you're going to do 2 scoops of fenugreek powder. I usually have the seeds. This is the first time I've had the powder. It's pretty bitter. In here we have immunity, we have eye health, we have skin health, we have blood health, we have blood vessel health, we have liver health, we also have kidney health. Like, this is just a really good drink. Very good for detoxification, for boosting immunity. Commercial break. This is the only carb that I always crave, probably because I used to eat it a lot when I was trying to convert from high sugar. I don't think I've made kombucha that was this clear before. Damn. Instead of water, I'm adding kombucha, pure kombucha. The colors keep changing from orange to red as I finish blending. I wonder what the last color will be. Definitely red. Beetroots seem to be superior in terms of color. It has been a really messy process, but This is how much fiber. There's net carbs and there's fiber when we are counting the total carbohydrates in food. That is why sometimes we say just eat moderate vegetables, because if you eat a lot, you're basically eating a lot of fiber, which is basically just carbs to some point. And just moderate is enough, because to some point you can overfeed your good bacteria. That is why it can also lead you to a point where you're experiencing bloating from mere vegetables. So just make it moderate. You'll still get what you need from moderate vegetables. I think we are correct if we say this was the amount of carb in all those vegetables that we have blended into this stew. Honest taste reaction. Hey, I'm scared. Oh my fucking god. Not gonna lie, it's gonna be a long week. Okay. Okay, that was not that bad. Hey, lakini unasikia tu ikienda cause some kind of sensation. It is not pleasing, but it's also not that bad. That shot works. If you can take a shot of alcohol, you can take a shot of a health shot. Very nice.